Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here. I've been neglecting my mail, so let's get caught up a bit. The first letter is from Fahad Khan. He writes, ISIS goes against many teachings of Islam. Secondly, the West isn't any better. They send millions of rockets to Israel, a nation that doesn't exist, to attack civilians. Really? We're no better than ISIS? There's only one group in America that slaughters innocents, and that is liberal, left-wing abortion supporters. But even they are not as bad as ISIS. The babies they kill are taken by surprise, not terrorized for political purposes. And every real American stands firmly in opposition to the killing of innocent babies. Too bad Muslims can't say the same. Oh, and if you and your buddies don't want yet another Israeli ass-whomping, don't shoot at them. If you Muslims would put down your weapons, Israel would never fire another shot at you. And the reason Israel whomps you guys every time is because God is on their side. And yes, it's just that simple. Letter number 2 is from Duke. He writes, tell me, old pig, that's me. Is your religion responsible for killing innocent people in Hiroshima, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Native Americans, and making Africans slaves? I'm so glad you asked. Christianity was not in charge of those wars, but I will say this. Hiroshima was the right decision. That one bomb killed about 100,000 people and saved the lives of 1 million Japanese who were going to be caught in the invasion of Japan. Thank God Japan surrendered before our troops got there. Vietnam begged for our help because the communists were invading to slaughter them, and we Americans once again fought and bled for freedom of people far away. We won too. Vietnam was well on its way to freedom, but liberal, left-wing political villains interfered with the U.S. military so bad that victory was forced into a defeat, which eventually resulted in the communists murdering over 2 million Vietnamese, which is exactly why liberals should be banned from serving in government. They get people killed. Native Indians had been taking land and killing each other for centuries. When the Europeans came in, they joined into the fray. But when they took land, they built on it. And your side loves to bewail the injustice, but you conveniently forget about the medicines that stopped smallpox and other diseases that were ravaging Indian tribes, the agriculture that stopped the starvation that killed millions of Indians, the trade that enriched the poorest Indian tribes, and most important of all was the message of salvation through Jesus Christ that was freely delivered to the Indian tribes. And African slaves, you mean the ones that were captured by Muslims and sold to Europeans and eventually ended up in the USA? Well, Duke, history shows that it was the Christians who bravely opposed slavery on both continents, and it was the Christians who were willing to fight a major war to end slavery in America. And it was the Christians who set up the Underground Railroad to help slaves escape to freedom. So, Duke, you ought to be saying thank you to the Christians and taking pride in the USA. And when we the people regain control of the federal government, the USA will do even greater things for the people of the world. This is Wild Bill for America. Thank you for watching, and America bless God again.